I address the crew with Hunt. The two of you pace towards the rest. Templeton is the first to notice you. As predicted, the look on his face is a unique concoction of shock, anger, and mortification. Templeton, I appear to have found your lost captain. Other heads rapidly turn in your direction. One by one, they abandon their work and rush to assemble to the sights themselves. We certainly have a lot to clear up before we continue.
Aye, that's a bloody understatement. Bloody hell, it's actually him. Walking corpse.
The others begin to mutter frantically. Hunt, you're still alive.
The doctor made it. Good. I need you to fix up my teeth.
Excuse me? He survived this entire time? I'm going to struggle to convince people my report is true at this rate.
This is, quite the shock.
Hunt whispers to you.
I knew the look on his face would be worth it.
But, perhaps you'd like to clarify our situation.
I'd like to know what happened myself. Gods, is that Grimley? It's good to see you again.
Where are the rest, Hunt? The rest.
Smurf, Corvid, Joe. Where are they?
They didn't
make it. Oh, all these years. Just like that. They're gone. Did they at least receive good deaths? As best they could, Grimley.
Now is not the time to dwell on those gone. Captain.
Yes?
No, Captain Shaw. How in the world did you find this man? Hunt's is moving ahead of us for this entire expedition. I found him in the captain's cabin. Has he enlightened you as to why he left?
So, you were right, Shaw. The bastard abandoned us.
Hammond's right. Why'd you leave, Hunt?
Show some respect.
He told me it was his plan to get ahead of us and destroy the Viscount. Captain, I think it's time to open the floor for the rest of the crew. Something tells me many of them have words to share. The junior takes a run at the captain before being held back by his brother. You left us! Why?
I didn't plan on going home. None of us were going to come back.
That's it?
And why couldn't you bring us too?
Why even plan that?
Do you want those answers, Junior?
Stop defending the man, damn it! Why don't you trust us, Hunt? Why didn't you tell them, Hunt? They served you for years.
It was more complicated than that. I do trust them. I do. But you're both young. I had to take the oldest. My top men. We aren't your top men? Well, that's... After all this time, we had the wrong idea, Grimley. I have nothing left to ask, Captain.
Hunt, why did you bring me aboard this expedition?
Excuse me?
Doctor, this is hardly the time to work out your insecurities. The floor is open, Templeton. Quite so. Hunt, I've been asking myself that question since you left, since I saw you leave. You... Pardon? You what?
You saw Hunt leave, and you didn't stop him.
He couldn't stop Hunt and his men. What does it matter if he saw him? It's in the past now. Won't hold that against you, Arthur. I know, but I still need to know.
I remember that. You looked like a frightened deer when you saw me ready to go.
Is that why you brought me on board? Because I couldn't stop you. Because I was young, naive, easily manipulated. It is, isn't it? Hunt tilts his head in confusion.
Hells, no.
Oh?
No, it was a favor to your father. He's my barber.
That's it. That's the entire reason.
Aye, he's very good. Asked me to toughen his boy up a bit. Seems like it's done the trick.
Kosh lets out a small chortle before covering her mouth to stop herself. Arthur did that himself. To be honest, I was worried from the beginning that my father was involved, and yet, after all that's happened, I'm actually relieved the real reason is so benign. This entire time, it didn't matter. I put more thought into why I was here than Hunt ever did. The doctor has no choice but to laugh at the absurdity of it all. We're getting away from the point at hand. Anyone else apparently require a psychological evaluation? You turn back to the crew to find yourself face to face with Hammond. He darts past you and confronts Hunt.
Enough bloody games. You should have gone down with the ship. That's tradition, you coward. Tradition would want all of us dead. Best not to follow that now, I think.
No more jokes, Hunt. Hammond's right.
Watch your mouth, Hammond. How about Hunt watches himself? He left us to die, bastard.
Indeed. To pick and choose when tradition matters. It's shameful, no?
At least Shaw sees sense.
The crew are so looking to you to make sense of all this. Is there anything you have to add, Captain Shaw? I think we've all heard enough.
Is it about time you told them about the tree?
Hunt, what do you know of this?
Oh, I'm sure you're very interested in knowing, Richard.
Anyone would be.
This is what your employer seeks. The fruit of this tree. It changes everything. It will change the world.
The fruit?
Yes! I have tasted the fruit countless times, and I have seen countless paths to this moment. My word. He's truly gone insane.
No surprise the man has lost his mind. Isolation, out here. Happened to anyone. Agreed. You cannot trust Hunt in this state.
You really doubt me, after what you've seen? Listen to me. To hells with Apatons. They can't be allowed to have this. Nobody should.
What are you suggesting?
It needs to be destroyed. Burned to the ground.
What? Hunt. That's quite possibly the most important discovery of our age. It needs to be studied. Barring that, you were hired by the Apatons to retrieve it, not to decide your own ethical judgment. Men, calm yourselves. We should take some time to think this over. I doubt we reach an agreement there, Shaw.
Regardless, I am the captain of this expedition, and my word is final.
A long silence falls amongst the proceedings. Rufus Hunt, you are not the captain of this expedition.
What? Then who is? Shaw? Bah! Shaw's the first mate.
That was a temporary agreement. I've returned.
That was a temporary agreement. I've returned and reclaimed my role.
Unfortunately, Hunt, I've read our contracts quite thoroughly. Templeton produces his copy from his jacket pocket. In the event that the captaincy is held in contention, the correct course of action is to hold a vote. Any officer of the crew may put themselves forward to claim the title. And that's what we'll have. The crew should decide for themselves.
A vote? I welcome it.
The contract also states that candidates should put forward a selection for the first mate position. The selection of first mate is allowed to make their case to the crew in open forum as to why they should select their paired candidate.
Good luck with that. Best get to it, then. Come on, you lot. A captain's vote requires a deck. Board now and let's end this.
The crew tentatively board the vessel. Proceedings commence. Is there gonna be cool art? I want to see cool art. Oh, all the crew gathered around. Everybody's together. Is Stanbury here? Stanbury! The mama! She's here.
Alright. No need for introductions. We're far past the point for that. There's so much I've seen in all my days leading vessels like this. The sort you lot would hear songs of, and doubt every word of. What I've seen here, it goes so far beyond any of that. What stands before you is so much bigger than any of us. I've walked this path before, so many times. Half of you can attest to that. I understand if you look at me as a deserter, a coward, a traitor. You have every reason to. But you should ask yourselves where you stand, where your road took you. Always here, with me. Even in my absence, I've always led you to where you needed to be.
Hunt clears his throat before pointing to the tree.
This thing is an abomination. The power it holds is too great for any one person to possess.
Hunt holds up the fruit.
Do you wish to hand this, the quite literal fruits of our labor, over to the employer who would have us die out here for their games? The employer who would not even trust you their name, an employer who would leave us out to die on the ice, who would refuse to send rescue.
The murmur between the crew at the implication that a rescue ship was not sent.
Robin Shaw was a fine officer, but Shaw could only hold down the fort in my stead. Shaw did not weather the seas. Shaw did not discover the Viscount. I did. You should judge Shaw in the officer's own words. When we last spoke on the Temperance, Shaw told me that the mark of a leader comes in understanding. I ask you, do you feel that after all this time, Robin Shaw truly understands every one of you? Now, I believe it's time my first mate said a few words. Grimly, I'm still standing with my captain. I know, son, not you. Captain Shaw. Grimly, what? No. What? How can I stand with you when you couldn't stand with us? Junior, will you accept the honor of...
You're not my captain either.
Junior, grimly, I'm not taking care of you, since you were but lads.
Times change. We realize what a snake you are, Rufus.
Well, in that case, I believe it's your turn to speak, Shaw.
You step forward as the crew awaits with bated breath. Hunt has already had his chance to speak. Now it's your chance to refute his words. There is a stillness in the air. You've traveled so far with this crew, and now they stand. All seem to be hoping that your next words will instill in them a confidence, an assurance that all this time spent with you has been worth the trouble. You pause, collecting yourself for a moment, before making your first statement. It's been some time. I hope that you will permit me just a little more. I believe the key to a true leader is understanding. I like to think I've come to understand you all a great deal in our time together. We have come together like a well-oiled machine. I am proud to call you all my crew. I see before me many different faces from many different backgrounds. And yet look at you, here and now. You all stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder. We have more in common with each other now than anyone else on this world. The crew look around, examining each other, taking a moment to consider the souls who have traveled with them to the ends of the earth, the souls they intend to travel back with. I haven't a bad word to say about this thought. Frankly, their music's some of the finest I've had the honor of hearing.
Thank you.
I've had my views on these people for some time. Let's see now that I was wrong. Here we are all brothers in arms.
Whatever I thought about landlubbers and imperialists, that shit doesn't matter anymore. We're all the one crew, aren't we?
Your thoughts turn to the Viscount and the tree sprouting from its back. Let's make your intentions clear. We have the numbers. You can sail the Viscount home. And that's what I intend to do. Time for fear is over. Let us all stand united and plunge ourselves head first into the depths. Will you choose your first mate to speak on your behalf? Junior, Grimly, Dr. Nutley, Kasha, Hammond, Cordell, Kurt. I could stand alone. You know what? Grimly. They nod back at you. Grimly steps forward.
It's simple. Shaw has been here for us. No one else has. If Shaw can convince me of that, then you should know it too. Took me a long time to admit, but I was wrong about Robin Shaw. Just as I was wrong about Rufus Hunt. They used to write songs, running Shaw down. Shaw is the kind of captain they write songs about. Just not that kind. I owe them a better peace. But first, I'll make it up to them now. I'll put my reputation on the line for Shaw. Right there is your captain. Don't eat out of Hunt's hand.
Grimly steps back. Start the voting process. Richard Templeton. Arthur Nutley. Kurt Darling and the Scouts. Grimly Stoke and the Sailors. Junior Stoke and the Sailors. Clive Hammond and the Engineers. Ingrid Cordell. Kasha Belford. I am the captain of this crew, Rufus Hunt. And let that not be taken for granted any longer. As the vote comes to a close, Hunt stares at you in shock.
Well, there you have it, Shaw. Suppose I can't argue that, can I?
I take it you respect the result, then. Hunt eyes you carefully.
Perhaps. Remains to be seen. Glad you're in charge, Captain. Now to deal with Hunt. Despite it all, I can't hate him. I feel sorry for the man. Choice is yours, Captain.
I'm curious on that
myself. Well, Shaw, you're the captain. What should you do with me?
Apprehend him. He was taken back to land as our prisoner.
You may as well put me to death now, then. I doubt I'll receive a softer sentence on land. I don't trust that tree at all, Captain. Best keep it away from anyone else. Look what it did to Hunt. What will we do?
Nobody's touched the tree. It will not burn. Thank you, Captain.
No. Damn you. You can't let Apperton have it, Shaw. You just can't.
To destroy the tree is to destroy the ship. You understand that would be a bad idea, right?
I understand that, Shaw. But you're running a dangerous line here. Now, we need to go. Without the rescue ship, how are we leaving?
Get this ship moving, crew. We're sailing out together. Ready up the Viscount. Your final decision regarding the ship and its fate must be decided. Envoy, sail home, burn the tree. This is going to be our last time getting to chat with all these people. Kurt Darling.
Oh, I might as well throw any script I'm working on out, Captain. It's far more fantastical than any film. To sail out on the ship we came to find, with this mysterious plant attached. Oh, my word. I never could have imagined it.
I think you got the story for your next picture.
Ha! I wonder if we could land the funding. Oh, I just realized. My career as a navigator is just about over, isn't it? We just reached the last great uncharted part of the world. You know, when I grew up reading about the great explorers of old, I always dreamed I would be the one to plant the final flag. I may be an old man with a limp and no flag to place, but I managed it, didn't I? Ha!
There's always more world to discover, Kurt.
You're not wrong. This is the last great discovery we know of, but who knows what's out there? Who knows? Maybe my exploration days are over. Now's as good a time as any to call it a retirement. I shall raise funding for the field. I won't want to leave folks like Hammond behind there. Maybe I'll move to theater. There's some stories I want to tell. Not about this expedition, or any. About home. The islands I left behind.
I suppose there'll be an opening for me.
Ha! Maybe. I should take all this as a sign to wind down, shouldn't I? I'll always be in contact if you want to work together again, Robin. I'll make sure we do, no matter the medium.
Cordell? To be honest with you, Shaw, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this madness. Well, I doubt such knowledge will be out of our hands once we return to land, correct? Still, I suppose we should be proud in our discovery. We wouldn't have made it this far without you, Cordell. Or Crane, or Rosa, or Pascal, or Stanbury. I did not accomplish much on my own, Captain. All I ask is that my kennel be remembered. We ought to return to land. My name will be in the papers soon. No doubt I'll be recognized for my past. How's Stanbury faring? She's much more excited to return to land, I believe. I hope we won't need to deliver her pups on the ship. I believe I'll find a new home. Start over with a new kennel. I've done as much before. I intend to do so again. With any luck, we will not meet again. It's been good knowing you, Cordell. I hope you find your next place in the world. It has been interesting, Robin. Promise me you'll take care of yourself. Stanbury? Arf! Good girl, Stanbury. Good girl. Stanbury lets out a playful bark. That's my vice, Captain. There should have been an option to have Stanbury come up as my first mate, because Stanbury is my replacement captain if anything happens to me. Hammond.
This is it, eh? If you told me when we first got trapped that we were sailing out in the Viscount, I would have decked you. Turns out, what do I bloody know? Not much.
I don't think anyone could have guessed this, Hammond.
Suppose not, but it's here. Guess that makes us all Egypts. Well, it makes me wonder, what else am I wrong about? What else are you wrong about? Oh, I always had a clear head on that sort, you know? Never thought a bloody tree would ruin it.
What do you think the tree is?
Well, it's a tree. Outside of that, I don't bloody know. That's Templeton. I served on a lot of ships in my time. Never once liked the one in charge of them. Military captains range from self-important and useless to drunk, self-important and useless. Didn't have high expectations for Hunt, and had lower expectations for someone he hired. Another thing I was wrong on there. You're alright, Shaw.
Is there a proper rest once this is done? Perhaps you can get some sleep for once.
Nah. To be honest with you, I like the work. Might take Kurt on his offer. Working with him seems a better gig than the Appertons. Robin, if you ever head in a ship again, let me know. I'll be right on board with you. Everyone knows you'd be a goner without me.
Dr. Nutley. Captain. Where is Dr. Nutley? I can't believe we made it. And the sail out on the Viscount, it feels almost triumphant. Kurt is no doubt coming up with the perfect poetic phrase before we set off. You made it so far. I'm proud of you, Arthur. Thank you, Robin. I owe it to you. You know, I still thought it was all hopeless. Even after leaving you that letter, I have very little faith in survival. And yet, people were relying on me, Captain. I only hope I didn't let them down. I'll be happy to work with you again, Arthur. I would too. But I can assure you, I will never be sailing again. Ever. I've had more than enough for one lifetime. I never felt good enough to carry my father's name. But now, well, thank you. Keep in contact. If you need a haircut anytime, I'll tell my father to treat you for free. Gotcha. Well, I have a lot to write on our sail back, don't I? I still can't believe this. I'm looking at it, and I still can't believe it. Not just the tree, but sailing the Viscount back to land. I'd never believe it if I read it. They'll have to believe it. We're bringing the tree with us. Ha! Well, you're right there. There's no denying their eyes. It's funny, Captain. The reason I took this story, interest in exploration was waning. I grew up on stories of Kurt Darling. These great explorers were like legends to me. I didn't want that passion to disappear. Who would have thought we'd stumble upon a great discovery of our own? You're one of the great explorers now, Kasha. Your name will be in the history books. That is bizarre to think about, Captain. Regardless, I hope you continue to thrive, Shaw. You deserve that much. In fact, remember to keep in touch with me, especially if you have a good story to share. I'll write books about you one day, Robin. I know I will. Junior. Ugh, the Viscount. Still intact. It's almost too good to be true. There must be some sort of catch, such as... Alright, that. Not thrilled about taking that tree with us, Captain. Feels like a dream, doesn't it? Captain Higgy, ahoy! Hello, Captain! Welcome to the chat and thank you for the water. We're about to be sailing out, actually. How's your night faring, Captain? I hope you're not here to try and take the title of the captain from me. We just had a vote. The whole crew was unanimous. Feels like a dream, doesn't it? This whole expedition has felt like a dream. Hard to be surprised anymore. Regardless, I'm looking forward to a normal meal for once. If I see another penguin, seal, or tinned peach can, I think I'll hurl my guts, Captain. Though, we dined on plenty of fish for next sail, I imagine. You're finally calling me Captain, are you? Hard to argue with it now, right? Seems disrespectful not to recognize your work. Stay in contact, Robin. If you ever sail out again, let me know. I'll be happy to work with you. You as well, Junior. Feeling like a dream about the lines in this game. I'm just a humble captain. Have you played any of this game before? I've been really loving the Pale Beyond. And we get to finish it now, and we get to sail out on the ship here. The Viscount and the Strange Tree. It's a bit weird, but it is what it is. Captain, working on a song that will carry us home. I think I'll call it Appointment of the Viscount. Terrible name, I know. You should play it when we set off, Grimly. Nope, but looks fun. I 100% recommend this game. It's a visual novel about heading into the South Antarctic, specifically to find this tree. So you are seeing you are seeing a ending right now, but it's a branching choice game. So there's a bunch of endings you can get. This is the ending I'm going with, and I am very lucky in that I've been able to get my entire crew to safety. Now that isn't a guarantee. This is like my third run of this game to make it work. I have died, like full lost my crew twice already. Oh shit! Oh jeez. Thank you for the gift, Captain. Thank you kindly. Also went to Bubs. Oh hell yeah. Bubs is one of my regulars. Bubs is really nice. And thank you very kindly, Captain Higgy. I hope if you do decide to play this game, I hope I'm not spoiling it for you. I know I'm not the type of person that's worried about spoilers, but I know a lot of people are.
Oh, hold on, I can't finish it that fast. Never thought I'd have a future until I met Hunt. Then I thought I'd never have a future without the man. I was wrong there, Captain.
Do you want to work together again in the future, Grimly? Nah, you good. Alright. Well, I invite you to sit back and enjoy a ending of a very good game.
In better circumstances, aye. If you're at the helm, I'll be right behind you. Don't know what the future holds. I'll just keep it to music. See what happens. Good luck, Captain.
And finally, Mr. Templeton. Our right hand through all of this. Oh, Captain. Sorry, I must admit, I'm still mesmerized by this tree. To think we're bringing home such an outstanding discovery on a ship that had fallen into rumor and legend. It all seems so unbelievable, like a dream. I have to commend you, Shaw. You've done something remarkable here. You deserve a great deal of credit. You proved a useful advisor. Well, I can only suggest. The final decision was yours, always. I've always fancied myself an expert, Shaw. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to you. But over the course of our expedition, well, it's become clear just how little I truly know. And to be honest, Shaw, that excites me. I'm excited for what lies ahead. What are your plans when we return to land, Templeton? No doubt Minerva will invest a great deal of resources into researching this plant. With good fortune and favor, I will be at the head of such research. Be at the forefront of such a discovery. I had my doubts once. I love the avatar, by the way. It looks great. You also use Vroid? Yeah, I'm a Vroid model. This is this is a model I designed. There's a lot of actually, how many preset assets do I still have on this? Because I upgraded to a shirt I made, and my undershirt I also made, but it's based on a pre-made. But yeah, I'm a Vroid streamer. I've been slowly. I had like a basic model that I've kind of been updating over time, updating the base look, like my pointed ears and my actual like different stitch sections, and just updating my outfits. I have geez, how many outfits do I have right now? I have this one, I have my storyteller outfit, and I have my winter outfit. Same upgrades. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like using Vroid for. I can kind of like update my outfit and do different ones when I get the urge to make something. And there's an outfit I'm starting to make, which I'm planning to use in the future, where I want to have a Cult of the Lamb cosplay outfit, because I wanted to stream Cult of the Lamb again when Relics of the Old Gods gets released. I have 5 avatars saved. Oh, hell yeah. I'll have to give that a look. You said you're a streamer too. I'll give you a look after. But yeah, good to see another Vroid buddy. Ooh, nice. Yeah. I love Cult of the Lamb, so I want to like go, like, what's the word? I want to like full commit and do like a nice theme stream for Cult of the Lamb when the update comes out. I'm really excited for it. I read this line. I certainly have my doubts on you, Shaw. Never been more happy to be wrong. Gas. Really? Yeah. Aw, I like the hearts. That's a really nice emote. I hope we have the chance to work together in the future. Our lives may be quite busy once we return. I like that too, Templeton. You've been a good friend and an ally. Well, I can say one thing for certain. The future is unknowable. Take care, Robin. No matter what happens from here. Take care. And with that, that is all of our final conversations with the crew. All of our specialists have survived. All of the rank and file crew have survived. And we leave here as captain of the Viscount, instead of first mate of the Temperance. Now, let's sail home, boys and girls. The tree stands proud, the ship ready to sail. Sail out of the grotto with the Viscount and the tree intact. Ooh, another very cute emote. I love the little heart emotes. I wonder if Grimly will actually play us off. We are going to make a scene and a half when we pull into port back at the capital. Is that the accordion? Got lots. Just collecting them like Pokemon. Oh, the air was cold. Oh, the air was cold, of flake and white. A captain made a pledge. To the ice I prayed, that leads revealed some charted course ahead. To the souls around who brought me here, beyond this polar's edge, A hunger drew the desperate here. It's one that I have fed. What did I do when steel hearts broke and courage did abscond? I've led these souls, so help the gods, out of the pale beyond. This is where we end our journey. There we go. And we do hear some music. Hell yes. Cellular Studios did a very good job. This might be their first game. I'm not sure on that. But they've been very good. I follow them on Twitter.